Hello, my name is Mrs Johnson and I am the nursery teacher and the early years lead at Merritts Brook Academy. You will have received in the post a welcome pack that includes an admissions pack. If your child currently attends Merritts Brook Nursery, you do not need to fill out another admissions pack. You just need to make sure that all of the details are exactly the same, and if anything has changed, then you need to inform the school about this. If you're new to Merritts Brook, then please fill in the admissions pack as soon as you can, and then we'll give you a date when you'll be able to come into school. We'll come to the gate at school and bring your child's birth certificate and proof of your address, and that will complete the final admissions process in terms of paperwork for your child beginning at the school. Now, as part of the welcome pack, we have included a getting ready for reception pack, and these are just a few activities that you can do at home with your child over the holiday in preparation for September. Now, the first thing in your book is a little welcome letter which you will have received, and then you will also have an early years welcome booklet. Please have a good read of that, lots of information in there for you. And then we get to the getting ready for reception pack. Now, lots of parents ask us, what can we do to get our children ready for reception? And these are just a few things that you can be doing that will get your child ready for September. Now, the first thing that we've done is we have included your child's name card. Now, in nursery and reception at Merritts Brook, every child has their own name card, and they will have been learning throughout the year how to copy in nursery and then eventually in reception write their name. So your child's name card is in there. Now, we use the Read, Write, Ink phonics scheme at Merritts Brook, and as part of the Read, Write, Ink phonics scheme, every letter sound that we teach the children has a special rhyme that goes along with it to help them to form the letter. We've included this in the pack. So if your child's name has got the letter K in there, you will think about a caterpillar and you will say the rhyme, curl around the caterpillar, as you write the letter. And that's why we've included this in the pack. So if my child's name was Ben, and this was Ben's name card, I would be using the letter card to help me, and I would be using 3 fingers on the pen. So teach the children to hold their pen with 3 fingers close to the tip. Lots of children start their grips like this or like this, and we've been teaching the children in nursery over the year and teaching the children now to hold their pen with 3 fingers close to the tip. The capital letter is slightly different. We teach them that their first letter in their name is a capital. So for this one it's down, up and around and around. Then we also teach the children precursive writing, which means it's got a swoosh on it. We have a lead in. We always swoosh the letter, so always start with the swoosh. So you say swoosh, and then we go chop off the top and scoop out the egg. Use your name, your writing rhyme card to help you with this. And the we go swoosh, down Nobby, up and over his net. And that's how you support your child to learn how to write their name, forming the letters. So remember, every letter, every sound has its own writing rhyme, and those are on here for you to use to help your child to form their name. So because we add the swoosh, you can see there, look, the lead in, swoosh, and then you just add on the writing rhyme. So for t, swoosh, down the tower, across the tower. For the swoosh, Maisie, mountain, mountain. And when you are going through the sounds with your child, remember that when we say the sounds, it's a real pure sound. So I'm going to now just go through the sounds with you so you know how they're going to be taught the sound in school. A, S, D, T, E, P, G, A, K, K, O, B, F, E, L, H, J, Y, W, Z, Q, X. Slightly different to when we were taught at school, but we teach the children to say the sound that they can hear. We call it a pure sound. And that's how we'll teach the children at school. So when you are using the sounds with the children, make sure you try really hard to use those pure sounds that we've just gone through now. Now, the next thing that we've also popped into their packs is their first learning bear. Now, at Merritts Brook, throughout the year, your child will have their own learning bear with 3 targets on. 1 target to support their language skills, their communication and language. 1 to support their physical development, and that's to do with moving their bodies and using their fingers to form letters, hold pencils, writing tools. And a PSED, which is personal, social and emotional development, which supports them socially and emotionally. And those are their prime areas of learning in the early years. Now, they will have 3 targets that are specific to them once they start in school, and you will then be asked to support the teacher in setting these targets together and reviewing them throughout the year. However, to start off and to get you used to having a learning bear, we've set 3 general targets for the children to be working on over the summer, again in preparation for reception. The first one is, I can put my coat on and use the toilet by myself. An easy way to help them is to put the hood on their head and help them to push one arm and then the other arm into their coat. I can listen to a story and remember what happens in it. So talking about recalling, remembering a story. And I can take turns in play and share my toys. So 3 general targets for them to be working on over the summer. Now, please remember that every child is different. Some children will have challenges with speech and language or motor skill challenges. And please do not worry over the summer if your child is finding these a challenge. But stick with it, persevere, keep trying, and then we will be supporting your child as soon as they start with us in reception. And by doing this, we're already starting to support them. So please don't worry. Just keep trying, keep doing your best, don't give up, and keep going. Thank you. Now, the last thing that we've sent for the children to use over the summer is a ready for reception maths sheet. Now, there's some basic things that we'd like the children to be able to do by the time they start reception. Remember, exactly as I said, every child is different, but please try, persevere, and do as much of this as you can with your child over the summer. And we're just going to go through them now so you know what that looks like in practice. So the first thing is to sing and join in with number rhymes. Really important. I've popped a sheet as well. I'll put it on the back of this sheet. So on the back you'll have this with lots of number rhymes that we sing all the time with the children. Now, when we do sing number rhymes, we also use our fingers to show the numbers as they change. So if we were going to sing 5 cheeky monkeys sitting in a tree, we'd start with 5 and we'd sing 5 cheeky monkeys sitting in a tree. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me, you can't catch me. Along came Mr. Crocodile, as quiet as can be, and snap, had his dinner. So then we'd say, oh, what happened to that crocodile? Oh, he got eaten for his dinner. So our numbers change. How many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Change that number on the fingers all the time, or draw the crocodiles and each time take one away so the children see that visual representation of that number changing. Okay, so lots of number rhymes. Show numbers to 5 on their fingers. You can do this really easily. So if you're setting the dinner table and there are 4 of you for dinner, ask the children to show you 4. How many oranges have we got in the fruit bowl? 2. How many steps is it to get to the door? Count them 1, 2, 3. Or can you show me 3 on your fingers? Wonderful. Now, another thing that we do as well is we represent fingers through using numbers through using marks. So the first way to do that is to first of all start with using lines. So if we wanted the children to show that you had 2 oranges in the number bowl, and they can't quite write the number 2 yet because it is a tricky thing to do, they can use 1, 2 lines. They could draw 2 pictures, or we could have little oranges if we're thinking about oranges or whatever we're thinking about. You could use 2 circles. Let's put a little leaf on our orange. So we could have 2 oranges, we could have 2 circles, we could have 2 lines, 2. Lots of different ways. If you were using the number 3, it'd be 3 lines, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, and you could model forming the number to your child and they could then practice it. But using forming numbers, recording numbers for lots of things. If you play Skittles in the garden, record how many Skittles each of you have knocked down. Make it part of everything that you do all of the time. Okay, so be able to say, recite numbers from 0 to 10. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's different to counting. Reciting numbers, saying them, is different to counting, because when you count you have to physically touch the object one at a time. Okay. Then the next thing we want them to be able to do is to be able to count a group of objects up to 5. So knowing that they've got 5 things and carefully count each object. Okay, so even if I was counting my fingers, touch that object as you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not careful counting. Careful counting finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fingers. I've got 5 fingers. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. I've got 3 fingers. So carefully counting objects one at a time. Okay, compare amounts. So if you are sharing biscuits and you've got 5 and you give your child 3, who's got more biscuits? Who's got fewer biscuits? Who's got the fewest? And that word fewer, is the language that we use to describe the smaller amount. So you can use words like less. However, it's really important that you also include the language of more, most, few, fewer, fewest. Okay? And be able to recognise those simple 2D shapes, so circle, triangle, rectangle, square. And also when you're walking out and about, see if you can find shapes within the environment. So if you're looking at a window in your house, what shape is that window? Oh, it's a square. Oh, what shape is the clock on the wall? Oh, it's a circle. So all the time keep looking for those shapes within their home, within the garden, when you're outdoors, if you're in the park, anywhere. Okay, so that is what we're asking you to do with them in terms of number work, a little bit of shape work in preparation for September. And the last thing that's in your pack, which is really helpful, is this is a getting ready for school poster. So just a few things that we think would support the children to get them really ready for starting school in September. Now there's lots of loveliness for you to carry on with. This will have arrived in the post to you. If you've got any questions at all, please email me on the nursery email, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to invite you into school before the end of the year. However, we are going to have to see how the pandemic is and how things change. So we are very much waiting on our next steps. But it's been lovely to be able to share this with you. We hope you find it helpful, and we very, very, very much look forward to welcoming both you and your child soon. Take care. Bye-bye.